There is one thing in e-commerce and generally in shopping experience that customer loves and shop owners maybe doesn't hate, but they see it as something that is required, but they don't love it. So it's promotions, generally discounts. So there's plenty of promotions that you can imagine, promotions for the second product, for the third product, general promotions for everything, Black Friday promotions, promotions for Christmas, promotions for summer, promotions for everything. And basically, if you think about it, the e-commerce is based on promotions. If there will be no promotions, if there will be no real discount for the customer that goes to the e-commerce shop and buys something cheaper than they could buy in the real world or they can buy in other shop, this whole system, this whole market could not even exist. And I know that it's a little bit of exaggeration, but I think that we can agree that promotions are pretty important for e-commerce. And we see it every day, we see it on every project that we are working on, that promotions are often a crucial part of the system. The specific types of promotions on the specific shops brings to the business the competitive advantage that makes their position on the market stronger, better, they earn more money and shop owners are more happy and customers are more happy. Everyone is happy.
Hooray!
And that is how it should be. And that's also one of the reasons why we would take a look at promotion system in Sylius in this episode of 15 minutes Sylius. Probably not 15 minutes again. To not make it any longer, because probably it will be already quite a long episode, but I will do my best to not make it too long. Just dive into the promotion system in Sylius and check it out how it works. So basically what you need to know is that in Sylius we have two types of promotions: cart promotions and catalog promotions. What is the difference? Basically cart promotions are, you guessed, they are calculated on the cart. So if you add something to the cart, they are calculated. They are somehow related to the coupons, but they don't have to be. And catalog promotions are more like the automatized modification of the pricing within the whole system. So these are the promotions, the discounts applied directly on the products. So you can imagine that if you go into the page of the product and you would see there somewhere like cross price and it will be not $94.98 but $15, then it will be a catalog promotion. But if you add it to the cart and then you have the discount applied, this is a cart promotion. Cart promotion is older component, so it's like already settled for long time, and this is also one of my most favorite components in Sylius, probably because that was one of the first components that I was working on when I started to work with Sylius. And we will focus on that in this episode. Maybe we will make another episode about catalog promotions as well, but the concepts that we see in both of these promotions are pretty similar. Let's take a look at the cart promotion form type. So we have some basic information like code, name, description, all of this boring stuff. Here comes something that is more interesting. So we can specify the usage limit of the promotion, we can specify its start and end date, we can specify is it exclusive or not, so if this promotion is applied, no other is applied, and because of that we also have the priority, so the promotion with higher priority will be applied first if there are some exclusives, and it can be coupon based, so yeah, we can generate some coupons or create some coupons for the promotions to make it applicable. But let's go below. So these are some labels, nobody cares about it, and the crucial parts of promotions are rules and actions. If we take a look at the rules, we see that there are plenty of rules already defined in the system. So rules are basically the descriptions when the promotion is applied. So what are the conditions for the promotion to be applied? So let's say that this promotion can be applied only if we have 5 or more things in our cart, or this promotion can be applied if this is our first order, or this promotion can be applied if the customer is in a specific customer group, etc, etc. Take a look at it. Some are more complicated, like total prices of items from taxons. So we specify that for this specific category we should have at least $100 of in the products, and then the promotion is applied. important thing is that if we add some rules, all of them should be fulfilled to apply the promotion. And the other sections are actions. So rules were about when to apply the promotion, and the action is how it should be applied. These are pretty straightforward things like order fixed discount. So we apply the fixed discount of $10 for the whole order. Or we have something like order percentage discount, you guess. So this is the percentage discount of the order. This is pretty straightforward. I think that you know what I'm talking about. We have also item fixed discount and item percentage discount. They contain a little bit more information, like we have the fixed discount on the item, the specific item of the order, but we also need to specify or can specify when it will be applied. Maybe not when, but on which specific items it will be applied. So let's imagine, and this is important thing to understand, that if we specify that we will apply the promotion for the card that contains some specific t-shirt, a floral drift t-shirt, and we specify that it will be $10, if we do not do anything more, it will be applied to every item, because these things are not connected. Like they live inside the same promotion, but they are not connected to each other. So it only specifies that it checks if the rule is fulfilled. It is fulfilled, and now it goes to the action. And if we want to apply this promotion only to this specific t-shirt, we also need to specify it in the products filter. I think it's quite understandable, but one of the coolest things from the programming point of view for the promotions is that all these rules and all these actions are specific services in Sylius that we can also take benefit of, and we can implement our own services, and we will do it right now. Okay, so if we, for example, find for something like nth order rule checker, you can imagine that it will be something that will be responsible for determining about the rule of the nth order. So it implements some interface, rule checker interface, it has some type, and it has one method, is eligible. So it takes a look at various of things regarding the configuration, regarding some stuff like we are counting orders by customer. Maybe let's take a look at another one, contains product rule checker. So it's even simpler. It just gets the product code and see if there is item that in the order that contains this product. The cool thing is that there is a specified interface for that rule checker interface with the specified method. Also, you can take a look that every of this service is tagged with the proper tag called Sylius promotion rule checker. If we take a look at the bin console debug container tag, this, then we will see that there's a set of promotion rule checkers registered in the service container, which is cool because we can do our own. And maybe let's take a look at something that we already did. We have this cool brand module. We know that the brand can be related to the product. So maybe let's create a new rule called with brand, and we will check if there is a product with the specific brand in our order. So to do that, I would probably create a new directory promotion, and inside I will do something like checker directory, and inside I will create the with brand rule checker. I know it will implement this rule checker interface. Beware, because we have two rule checkers, one from the promotion and the one from the shipping. We are caring about this one from promotion. Obviously, it needs the one function to be implemented, and as I already know, you don't know it maybe yet, but you can think about it, that it's maybe also important that all of these rule checkers, also for example this order and order rule checker, and also the configuration type, because this is the form type that we are using to display the things here. So not this one obviously, but this as well, and order has some specific really simple form type. So we will also need the configuration form type. Sometimes the rules will not contain some configurations, but it will contain for us because we need to select the brand to which we are looking for. Let's say we will create also the type here, no, directory type, and I will create the with brand rule checker configuration type. Pretty long name, will not be the longest one in this episode. So let me implement this basically, and we will take a look at it in a minute. Cool, so let's take a look at the service. It's pretty straightforward, like we are checking if the promotion subject, because we have some special interface for the promotion subject interface. Basically, this is the abstraction over everything that can have the promotion applied on. In the Sylius by default, it will be only order, but in theory, it could be something also that you implement by yourself. So we are checking out if it's the order, if it the configuration, there's a brand configured. The brand will be probably, I assume it will be the ID of the brand. Let's check this assumption later. And then we're iterating over items, and if any brand of the product is defined and is the same as the target brand that we get from the repository, we are returning true. If not, we are returning false. So the rule checker is just checking if something is applied or not, and returns true or false. Pretty straightforward. The last thing that we need to do, like we need to register it in the service with the proper tag. We don't have to do it in XML as it is done in Sylius, but we can use the as promotion rule checker attribute, which is pretty handy. We are specifying the type, so it's a good practice to do the public string const type with brand, something like this, and use here self type. As the second, we have the label, so we can hardcode that with brand, and we have the form type, so the other class that we created with brand rule checker configuration type, and I also pass it here. So, and the string should be there. Awesome. So, if I did everything correctly, when I refresh the page and take a look at rules, we have another rule with brand. So this is what we did. And if we click it, we have the select box with every brand that are defined in our system loaded by fixtures. Awesome. Maybe let's create it. Something like brand discount, brand discount, okay. Let's create it only for one channel. Let's not make it coupon based. Let's let's keep it for now with brand, and let's create only the rule. So if we create only the rule for the promotion, it basically is useless because it does not apply any discount, but it can be checked if it applies or not. And we have an error. So I have encountered this error yesterday when I was preparing for the episode, and it's not straightforward, but what you need to understand is how the Sylius handles this rule checker configuration in the database. So if you take a look at Sylius promotion rule table, we see that this whole information is serialized in the configuration JSON. So there are some problems here. Let me take a look at it, how it could be fixed, and I will come back to you in a minute. Okay, so I fixed it, I checked out does it work, and it does. So what is the problem? The problem is that we need to tell the form type how to serialize precisely the information that's going out of the form type and into the form type. So out of the form type, we will give the brand ID. So this is the information that we are trying to post, and we will be fetching it back and getting the brand by ID from the repository. So it is a little bit trivial implementation, but it should work for now. It's using the simple callback transformer, so we have two anonymous functions that are telling us how to transform the data, so how to get the data from the database into the form, and how to reverse transform the data, so how to get the data from the form type into the database. It should be somehow understandable, at least I hope so. Okay, so our promotion is better than it was before, but it's still quite useless because we don't have any discount here. I think that maybe we could do something that we did in the previous episode, like maybe you remember, I hope you remember, we created this custom order processor named brand discount processor. So it applied the 10% or 30% of discount based on the type of the brand. So is it regular, premium, or supreme? It is working. It can be a good idea if it's like the core of your system. So if it's something that you call invariant, so this is something that should not change, should not be configurable, then do it as an order processor. But if it is something that you maybe would like to make configurable, like for this specific brand we are applying this specific discount, and for this specific brand we are applying different discounts for different levels, then maybe it's useful to make it as a promotion action. So I will unregister this brand discount order processor, create here the new action, because we will be implementing the action, and maybe let's take a look at, for example, shipping percentage discount promotion action command. It's called command because it's like implementing some intention of the customer. This interface contains two methods, execute and revert. As you can expect, the execute is for executing the promotion and revert is for reverting promotion. And as we already know, the promotions are applied as, the discounts are applied as adjustments. So we have the adjustment that is created, and we are setting the specific amount on the specific item or on the whole order. As usually, simplify a lot of the things. So we will create a new class, a new action. Let's call it maybe something like brand type based percentage promotion action command. Very long name. I already told you that there will be longer names in this episode, but don't bother about it. We are living in 21st century, so we have amazing stuff like autocompletion, AI, and all of the things that will help you comprehend the things that we have here, even with really long names for the services. We have the revert. Let's do it in a brutal way, so let's maybe take the subject. We also need to specify is it order or not. So let's grab it and do the subject remove adjustment recursively with the specific type, something like brand discount. Okay, and here we will implement our action. And we also need a form for a configuration, so let's name it. It will be maybe even longer. Something like a brand type based percentage promotion action configuration type. Awesome name. Extend abstract type. Yeah, and here we will implement the form for the configuration. Probably something like 3 different fields. One from standard, one for premium, and one for supreme brand. Yeah, so let's implement it and see you in a minute or two. Cool, so a quick recap. What I have done is like in the form type I created three fields for the regular, premium and supreme with the percent type, so we will be defining the discount as a percentage obviously. And in the action I do the regular stuff like checking if it's an order, checking if that it does have a brand. This is a simplification. We are just checking the first brand on the order, so probably we should make it a little bit more sophisticated, like checking if there is a specific brand in any of the item, or not only on the first brand of the item, but let's simplify it as much as possible just for now. Then we are getting the brand type. This type is already returning the name of the type, so because we are also have the specified fields as the names, so we should be able to get the configuration brand type. If it is not set, we are returning false, because we need in this command to return the result of the application, true or false. And if it is, we are creating the adjustment based on the whole order total, again another simplification, and the configuration and the promotion name. So the last thing that is to be done is to use as promotion action. Here specify the brand, maybe something like brand type based percentage, something like this, with the label brand type based percentage. Awesome. And if with the form type brand type based percentage, configuration type, pretty long name as we already know. Let's check it out. So we have the brand type based percentage and it renders. Awesome. Let's check it out. Maybe let's specify different kind of the discounts here. So this promotion will be applied if there is a product with Commodi Fugiat brand, and if it has the regular type, it will be 10% discount, premium 20% discount, and supreme 30% discount. Let's take a look at the products that we have. So we have here some casual coastal cap, a beautiful cap. And let's choose Commodity Fugiat brand for that. If I add it to the cart, and indeed it has some kind of the discount applied, so we don't want to calculate it because we are lazy, but maybe let's check out if we change this brand to premium and do some calculation, it will be bigger. Awesome. Again, if I change it to supreme, there will be a bigger discount, and if I, for example, degrade it, the discount will still be $10. Awesome. So it seems to be working. I think that you can see a huge potential in this, because we have the configurable promotions that we can potentially extend, like maybe let's specify different discounts for the specific brand, but for different channels let's specify different ones. Maybe let's filter to apply the discount only to the item with the specific brand. So there's a huge potential here, a lot of the things that we can make better, but I will leave it to you for your imagination, and let's do it as a homework or as a practice or as anything that you would like to do. Awesome adventure as usual with Sylius. So we have really cool stuff regarding the custom promotions, actions and rules and all of this stuff. It can look cool, not only for you from the developer perspective, but also for your product manager or for your CTO or CEO or whatever you would like. It can be something, this is the most important, useful for both shop owner and the customer, and this is something that we should always aim to. Thank you very much for this episode. As usual, if you have any questions, leave the comment and subscribe and hit the bell and like and do all of this stuff. YouTube likes it, and therefore we need to like it as well. For the next episodes of 15 Minutes Sylius, that will probably not be 15 minutes long, but we are doing our best. We will prepare even more cool stuff, and I hope that you will be with us, and thank you very much for this episode, and see you in next one.